the CEO for Salt Fiji Private Limited, John Magnifico, and your lovely wife, Janice, who's also an executive of the company, I believe. The invited guests, residents of Yavusania village and Koripita settlement, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I understand there are also some government departments that are represented here in relation to the REACH project. Thank you for participating in this particular event. A very good morning to you all. It's indeed a great pleasure for me to be here this morning to launch the inaugural hydropanel project in Fiji, which I'm told will begin in Yavusania and Koripita communities. First and foremost, I wish to extend my heartiest thank you to Salt Fiji Limited, which under the leadership of John and Janice, we've taken on such an important initiative for the people of Fiji. As a nation in the Pacific, Fiji has been very active in lobbying for climate action, given the detrimental effects of climate change that we in this region feel the most. We're proudly hoisting the presidency flag of COP23, and our Honorable Prime Minister has led the way in terms of fighting against climate change on an international and regional arena. We have in place mitigation and adaptation policies and programs to ensure that Fijians trade their anti-environment ways for better choices to keep our environment from the land to the ocean to the atmosphere clean and healthy. While at the most basic level, human beings cannot survive without water and sanitation, a lack of which negatively affects our quality of life and claims the lives of millions around the world each year. It is projects like this which rightfully kill two birds with one stone. The hydropanel project will not only make clean water accessible to the households in the identified communities, but clearly aligns itself to government sustainability and climate change goals. Last week, I had the opportunity to open boreholes for 2 villages in Singatoka under the Project Aqua of the British American Tobacco, Fiji Limited. I had discussed there some statistics which I'd like to share with you all as well. Ladies and gentlemen, around the world, 844 million people lack access to safe water, while 2.5 billion people live without improved sanitation. 80% of childhood diseases is related in some way to unsafe drinking water, inadequate hygiene and poor sanitation. And 272 million school days are lost each year due to water-related diseases. These figures are enough to tell us the immensely detrimental effects of having no or little access to safe drinking water and sanitation on our lives. The most adversely affected happen to be our children. And this is why I'm so passionate about issues relating to clean water, to reaching our children. As a minister mandated to look after the interests of children in Fiji, the accessibility of clean drinking water to our children is of immense importance to my ministry. An estimated 78% of Fiji's population, which is equivalent to about 135,498 households, have access to proper water supply. Having said that, the 2 identified communities which now benefit from this project have reason to celebrate. It is commendable that corporate organizations are lending a helping hand to our people in gaining access to this fundamental human right. They're also helping the Fijian government in achieving its objective to have 100% of Fiji's population have access to clean and safe water by 2030. Lack of access to water and sanitation can undo the progress we have made in the area of development, human dignity, and peace and security. For people on the ground, especially the vulnerable, the statistics I mentioned in relation to those who lack access to water translates into hardship, insecurity, and loss of livelihoods. With the hydropanel project in place, a lot of these daily challenges will be reversed. This hydropanel technology is a bit of a new and rare concept for us. It is a different source of high quality, climate resilient, clean and renewable drinking water than those that are well known to us. And I must say it's quite interesting a concept. I'm told that the hydropanels are an off-grid solar powered technology which extracts water vapor from the air into a proprietary absorbent material. The water then flows into a reservoir where it is mineralized with calcium and magnesium for health and taste benefits. This technology successfully eliminates plastic pollution as well, with each panel displacing up to 50,000 standard plastic bottles, and complements quite aptly the vision of the Fijian government to minimize plastic use in our pledge to protect our environment. Another amazing feature of this project, I understand, is that it is completely infrastructure independent and uses no electricity or existing water supply to power the hydro panel. The project will also create job opportunities for local residents. All in all, this project brings with it more benefits than one, and it usually deserves the support and appreciation from all of us. Wish to thank again the private company and for the Vunwaqa for allowing this particular project to be inaugurated in our communities. Sharing responsibilities under an innovative public-private partnership, I wish to acknowledge Clinton Global Initiative Duke Energy and the Asian Development Bank for partnering with the company Salt Fiji Private Limited to make this important project happen. We look forward to more public-private partnerships for the betterment of our local communities and encourage the private sector to follow the footsteps of organizations like Salt Fiji. In launching the 2 boreholes last week, I had mentioned in relation to water, whilst our constitution mandates the accessibility of clean drinking water to every Fijian, this cannot be done in a haste if the private sector sits back and does nothing. It's partnerships with the private sector as such, like British American Tobacco in the past week and this week with Salt Fiji Limited, that can assist the government to ensure that the aim of ensuring that every Fijian has access to clean drinking water is realized quickly, sooner rather than later. And with those few words, I would like to again thank the company and the Vunwaqa for accepting this particular project into your communities. And I hope that it will be sustainable and bring a lot of benefits for us, not only for this generation, but for the generations to come. Vunwaqa.